2911th episode of India's most happening Facebook live show. शो का नाम है राज की बात, नागपुर हेल्थ वॉरियर्स के साथ. Really want to thank Taneera, a Tata product, presenting Raj की बात नागपुर हेल्थ वॉरियर्स के साथ in association with Design Decor by interior designer ऋचा गुप्ता. अगर आप में से कुछ ऐसे लोग हैं जो बहुत समय से एक अच्छे साड़ी स्टोर की तलाश में है जहाँ पर जो प्रोडक्ट मिलता है वो बहुत क्रिएटिव, बहुत ब्यूटीफुल और ऐसी साड़ीज जिसे पहनने के बाद आप चाहते हैं कि आपको जीवन में तारीफ मिले, तो आपको जाना पड़ेगा तनेरा. नाउ वेयर इज तनेरा? तनेरा इज जस्ट ऑपोजिट नागपुर रेलवे स्टेशन, जस्ट बिसाइड तनिष्क है. तो उनका मैं धन्यवाद करता हूँ जो इस शो का इनिशिएटिव ले रहे हैं, जहाँ पर हम डॉक्टर्स से बात कर रहे हैं, उनके जीवन, उनके काम, उनके एक्सपर्टीज और साथ ही साथ जो वर्टिकल में वो काम कर रहे हैं, जो एक्सपर्टीज में काम कर रहे हैं, उसमें किस किस्म के हालात इस वक्त हैं और आने वाले वक्त में कौन सी ऐसी चीज़ होगी जो बहुत ही ज़्यादा अलार्मिंग होगी. पिछले 12 वर्षों से सक्सेसफुली प्रैक्टिस कर रही हैं एज अ गायनेकोलॉजिस्ट एंड एज अ लैप्रोस्कोपिक सर्जन. प्लीज वेलकम माय गेस्ट, माय नागपुर हेल्थ वॉरियर, डॉक्टर यामिनी काले मैम. मैम नमस्कार. मैम स्वागत आपका राज की बात में. कैसी हैं आप?
वेरी गुड.
वेरी गुड. आई एम गुड टू. मैम सबसे पहले तो ये कि यामिनी मैम जब छोटी थी तब क्या सपने थे, क्या बनना था, क्या करना था? एज यामिनी गडकरी, व्हाट यू वांटेड टू बिकम?
Good question, but so I come from a family where there are a lot of doctors. My father is a senior cardiologist in Pune.
Mm-hmm.
So somehow there was no pressure ever, but I think always there are some cues. And academically, I was very good in school. So I don't remember when I decided that I wanted to become a doctor, frankly. But I always liked bio in school. And फिर वो डिसाइड हो गया कि MBBS करना है. तो 12th में 11th में obviously science लेने के बाद in 12th we had a Maharashtra State CET at that time. So it was that I wanted to prepare for that and get into a good college.
But then why did you choose pursue MBBS? Why did you choose gynecology? You could have taken dermatology. You could have taken you could have followed your father's footstep as a cardiologist.
Right. So, in fact, many people had assumed that I would take MD medicine and do cardiology. But I was always, throughout MBBS, we have a lot of exposure to all the branches, especially in internship. हमको सारे branches में एक 2 महीने का posting मिलता है. So, I was always more in favor of the surgical branches. I somehow always loved that adrenaline rush of that main surgeon who was operating in the OT. So obviously you need to make up your mind and be very clear कि तुमको physician वाले branches करने हैं या surgery वाले branches. So that was very sure in my mind at the end of internship. And I can say that I was very lucky to have some extremely good teachers in MBBS, in gynecology. So at that stage actually इतनी maturity नहीं रहती है, but you are very influenced by your seniors and your teachers. So I thought gynecology was the perfect mix of a physician and a surgeon. OPD में हम लोग patients को consultation भी देते हैं, OT में surgeries करके operate भी करते हैं.
जी.
And frankly, it's one of the very happy branches in medicine because most of the patients come to you with a lot of hope and go home very happily. Whether it is pregnancy, whether it is delivery, whether it is gynecological surgeries, usually, of course, there are complications, but usually it is very a happy ending kind of a phase for the patient, which I really like. And there's a lot of positivity in the branch because of that. So that was one of my main reasons.
मैम आज एक गायनेकोलॉजिस्ट जब पेशेंट से मुलाकात करता है या आप जब मुलाकात करती हैं या आप कोई सर्जरी करती हैं, मैम द काइंड ऑफ कॉम्प्लिकेशंस यू आर ऑब्जर्विंग ऑन अ एवरीडे बेसिस, जब आप पढ़ रही थी, क्या आपके मेंटर्स ने, क्या आपके टीचर्स ने, क्या आपको ये बताया था कि आने वाले वक्त में इस किस्म की प्रॉब्लम्स महिलाएं फेस करेंगी व्हेन इट कम्स टू गायनेकोलॉजी?
So this is a very valid question in today's practice. मैं इतना बता सकती हूँ कि जब हम पढ़ाई कर रहे थे, जब हम रेसिडेंसी कर रहे थे, तो इट इज़ अ 3 years पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन फॉर गायनेकोलॉजी. आई वाज इन KEM हॉस्पिटल, वन ऑफ द वेरी बिजी हॉस्पिटल्स. बट हम जो पेशेंट्स तब देखते थे एंड जो पेशेंट प्रोफाइल्स थे एंड जो अब है प्रैक्टिस के 12-13 years के बाद, there is a big difference in the type of patients coming, in the complications, in how we have to deal with them also. So although we have seen so many patients, आजकल बहुत complications बढ़ गए हैं in the sense that जो diseases and problems तब नहीं थे वो अभी एकदम common हो गए. For example, polycystic ovarian syndrome (PCOS). ये इतना कॉमन हो गया है कि हमारे 200-300 पेशेंट के ओपीडी में भी हार्डली कोई पेशेंट्स आते थे 13-14 साल पहले, और अभी हर रोज के ओपीडी में 2-3 पेशेंट्स आते हैं. सो दिस चेंज इज देयर इन अ लॉट ऑफ गायनेकोलॉजिकल प्रॉब्लम्स, फाइब्रॉइड्स, एंडोमेट्रियोसिस, इनफर्टिलिटी, जो पेशेंट्स को प्रेगनेंसी नहीं रुक रही है, ये इतना कॉमन हो गया है जो बिल्कुल भी इतना कॉमन नहीं था पहले. So all this has seen a very big change because of mainly lifestyle changes, and that leads to hormonal changes. So even pregnancy में हम लोग बहुत easy, clear cut, simple patients देखते थे जब हम रेसिडेंसी में थे. अब ऑलमोस्ट हर प्रेगनेंसी के पेशेंट को कोई ना कोई कॉम्प्लिकेशन रहता है. प्रेगनेंसी रिलेटेड डायबिटीज रहता है, ब्लड प्रेशर रहता है, obesity रहती है. So all these things complicate the pregnancy also. So these things have become very, very common nowadays.
But then, ma'am, this also happened with time. अब जो मैं सवाल आपसे पूछूंगा, मैम आप चाहती हैं तो आप उसको डक भी कर सकती हैं. But then, मैम, एक जनरल पर्सपेक्टिव लोगों के जहन में इस वक्त है कि men and women are going hand to hand. They are equal now. And पहले ऐसा नहीं था. पहले the men was out working, the women was inside home and taking all the responsibilities. And I think managing a home is much more difficult than comparatively to going out and work. However, in today's time when women are also going out, and where you mentioned the word lifestyle disorder, ma'am, इसका ज़्यादा असर महिलाओं पे हो रहा है ना कि पुरुषों पे, और उसकी वजह से मैम ये इश्यूज हो रहे हैं. क्या इसका मतलब ये है कि आने वाले वक्त में हमने इस पर एक लगाम लगानी चाहिए?
See, there are a lot of aspects to this. जो पहले के ज़माने में था कि the woman has to be at home, it was very valid for those times. ठीक है, आज के ज़माने में these concepts cannot be valid because every woman has their own aspirations. Every woman is getting educated, which is necessary. That is why we are so developed as a country.
Right.
Obviously, with any development, lifestyle changes are there, and lifestyle disorders come with that.
True.
So that is part and parcel of the change. Women and men दोनों में भी problems है, frankly. ठीक है, women के problems ज़्यादा surface पे आ रहे हैं, ये मैं बोल सकती हूँ. ठीक है, there are problems in men also. In fact, diabetes, blood pressure, all these problems जो इंडिया में in general है, men and women में दोनों में, these were diseases of the West when we used to study. Now they've come to India only because of the change in lifestyle. Women में ये सब चीजें probably होती थी, but they were ignored to an extent because women used to not go only to show the doctors in time. और it was taken for granted कि ये तो होने ही वाला है. Okay, I'll just give you a small example of say perimenopause or menopausal problems जो women में periods बंद होते हैं at the age of 45 to 50. There are a lot of changes that take place in the woman's body in terms of hormones, in terms of even mental, physical, everything. ये सब even पहले के ज़माने के ladies को होता था और अभी भी होता है. But the problems were not addressed at that time because it was considered a normal thing. And जैसे आपने बोला कि तब most of the women घर पे थे, तो probably उनको उतनी rest मिलती थी अपना काम करके कि वो problems को डॉक्टर के पास जाके एड्रेस करने की नीड भी नहीं थी. अब क्या होता है that the woman has to balance a lot of things. She has to balance her work, she has to balance the home. उसमें if she is not healthy, it becomes a problem. सो छोटी सी छोटी प्रॉब्लम के लिए वो हमारे पास आ जाते हैं, विच इज एक्चुअली गुड. ऑल्सो देर इज लॉट ऑफ अवेयरनेस. So they are reading up, they are seeing, people discussing their problems, whether it's on Google, whether it's on some reel, which is good. They should be aware. And then when they come to us, they realize that it is a problem जिसके लिए treatment ज़रूरी है. That is why these problems are now being more openly discussed and treated. So I see it as a positive change. The only thing I want to stress and put across to all the women is when we are approaching 40s, even mid 30s to 40s, that these changes are going to come. जैसे मैंने बोला, सब women aware है अभी, सबको पता है कि क्या होने वाला है. So you need to concentrate on yourself, on your lifestyle, on your fitness. There is no excuse. आप कितने भी busy हो, आप भले IT जॉब कर रहे हो, आप कोई कॉर्पोरेट कंपनी में जॉब कर रहे हो, या आप डॉक्टर हो, आप लॉयर हो, whatever profession, each of us is busy. You will see very less women not working or not being busy. Even जो घर पे है वो घर से कुछ ना कुछ business करते हैं, which is very good. But you have to find that 1 hour to give to yourself. You have to exercise, you have to work out, and you have to concentrate on your diet. आपने अगर ये स्टेज पे फिटनेस पे concentrate नहीं किया, then your health is going to be affected.
If a girl doesn't, sorry to interrupt, ma'am, but if a girl is not having a good menstrual cycle,
right?
क्या उसका जो 40s के बाद जो वो मेनोपॉज का जो वक्त उसका शुरू होगा, क्या वो बहुत ज़्यादा भयानक होगा?
You're absolutely right. Actually, जो चीज़ें स्टार्ट होती है वो टीनेज ईयर्स से ही स्टार्ट होता है, बिकॉज इट इज़ अ साइकिल ऑफ लाइफ. ठीक है, सो इट इज़ नॉट अ कंपार्टमेंटलाइज थिंग कि 18 ईयर्स में ये होगा, फिर 30 में ये होगा, फिर 50 में ये होगा. ऐसे नहीं है. इट्स अ चेन ऑफ रिएक्शंस which starts when actually the girls start their periods, which we call as menarche, 12-13 years में, जो भी अभी बहुत जल्दी होने लगा है. We get mothers coming with girls at the age of 8 who start their periods. ये भी सिर्फ जंक फूड और सेडेंट्री लाइफस्टाइल की वजह से है. All the children are with screens, watching, not doing outdoor activities, eating a lot of junk food. So it starts from there. फिर ये जो टीनेज ईयर्स में ऑलमोस्ट सब लड़कियों को पीरियड रिलेटेड प्रॉब्लम्स है. इनफैक्ट व्हेन द गर्ल्स कम टू अस इन ओपीडी, दे थिंक दैट इट इज अ नॉर्मल थिंग कि मैम सबको हो रहा है, किसी को भी पीरियड्स रेगुलर नहीं आते. दिस वाज नॉट अ थिंग इवन 10 years ago. दिस चेंज इज ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ लाइफस्टाइल. कितने भी मैं मेडिसिन दूंगी to a 18-year-old girl, how long can I medicate? The medications don't have any meaning unless you do lifestyle modification, because the disorder is a lifestyle disorder. That is causing hormonal changes. That is causing the problem. ये hormones तुम्हारे लाइफ भर ऐसे ग्राफ जैसे ऊपर नीचे जाते हैं. Finally, at the age of 45-50, somewhere those hormones reduce and stop. So if you don't control this cycle from the beginning, end में problems होने ही वाले हैं. कभी ना कभी problems होने वाले हैं.
मैम, as a laparoscopic surgeon, पहले तो मैम laparoscopy नहीं थी, ये टेक्नोलॉजी इतनी एडवांस नहीं हुई थी, पर वक्त के साथ हुई. तो डू यू थिंक लैप्रोस्कोपी इज सेफ एंड अ बून?
Absolutely, no question about it. Laparoscopy, or as we call as minimal invasive surgery. So the term itself says that the invasion is minimal. Means when you give a cut to open up the abdomen, like we do in a cesarean section, तो पूरा पेट खोल के स्टिचेस लेके सर्जरी रहती है. तो गायनेकोलॉजी में एक जोक है कि एक ही ऑपरेशन अभी लैप्रोस्कोपी से नहीं होता है, जो है सिजेरियन सेक्शन, जो कभी नहीं हो सकता है बिकॉज द बेबी कैन नॉट कम आउट ऑफ अ स्कोप. बट ऑल अदर सर्जरीज आर डन लैप्रोस्कोपिकली, एंड I can proudly say that I specialized in laparoscopy in 2015, and since then I have not done or offered a single open surgery to any gynecological patients. मतलब जो patients problems like fibroid, like ovarian cyst, ये सब problems के लिए जो आ रहे हैं, जो यूट्रस निकालने की सर्जरी है, हिस्टेक्टमी, इसके लिए हम कभी ओपन सर्जरी एडवाइस नहीं करते हैं. Laparoscopy is a complete boon to the patient. It is a very high-end surgery which has seen major developments in the past 5 years also. The type of technology I can compare with a phone or maybe a laptop, कि अपने सामने कितने चेंजेस हुए.
Hmm.
So those are the kind of changes we have in surgery. The instrumentation, the vision. We moved from a single chip camera to a 4K technology.
जी.
So the vision that we see on the screen while operating inside, it is almost 30 times magnified.
Hmm.
The blood loss is minimum. There is not even like a few ml of blood loss.
Hmm.
Patient has only 3 or 4 small 1 centimeter stitches abdomen पे जो दिखते भी नहीं है.
Hmm.
The patient will sit up and walk around on the second day of the next day of the surgery.
Hmm.
So hospital stays reduced. Patient third day पे घर जाते हैं, second day पे भी जाते हैं, and they are walking around on the 6th or 7th day after a major surgery. अंदर surgery उतनी बड़ी है, पर ऊपर से there is nothing. So that gives a lot of advantage to the patient in recovery. Whether it is patients who are from urban population who are working, who we discussed कि some maximum ladies are working, they have to get back to work.
जी.
So it is the biggest advantage for them. Patients who come to us from rural population, it is a very big, in fact a bigger advantage for them क्योंकि वो लोग खेत में जाके काम करते हैं, वो घर के काम करते हैं. They have more strenuous work,
जी.
so they have to get back even faster. उनके लिए बैठ के काम करना पड़ता है. ओपन सर्जरी के साथ वो लोग 1.5-2 महीने बेड पे पड़े रहते थे आफ्टर सर्जरी.
जी.
So there is no better technology, and in fact it is applicable to all gynec problems and procedures today.
But then, ma'am, everything comes with a cost. Yeah. Though you said that hospital stay कम हो जाता है, but क्या ये सर्जरी सेफ है ये भी आपने बता दिया. लेकिन बहुत सारे लोगों के मन में ये बात आती है कि लैप्रोस्कोपी सर्जरी मतलब बहुत महंगी होगी. तो उसके बारे में what do you think?
So it was the case when it initially started in early 2000s when laparoscopy initially came to India. It was definitely very expensive because it was not so widespread. And some instrumentation naya tha, everything came with a cost. Of course, even today the instruments that we use and the technology is very expensive as a cost, like for a hospital. But because it has become such a common surgery, it's an everyday surgery for us. So the costing has reduced a lot. And it is at par with of course, open surgery और laparoscopy में costing में difference रहेगा because the instruments that we use are disposable. तो हम जो एक patient में use करते हैं वो reuse नहीं करते दूसरे patient में. So that is why the costing is a bit more, but it's barely a 20-25% difference. And for the advantages that you get, वो difference कुछ भी नहीं है.
Ma'am, as a professional, as a gynecologist, as a laparoscopic surgeon, जब आप काम करते हैं तो you have you know what's happening, and as a patient, when a patient comes and you deal with the patient, you know that your job is to just ensure that the pain, there is less of pain, or the problem is being solved, and that there's a smile on the face. But then the person inside you, the human inside you, somewhere look at things in a manner where a lot of things upset you. As Yamini Gadkari Kale, something upsets you as a gynecologist?
Definitely the human inside is very different from what we have to show to the patient. So there are a lot of situations when I do think of the patient emotionally. Maximum times it happens actually, especially when young girls have issues like very big fibroids, or there are a couple who's trying to conceive कि बहुत सालों से try कर रहे हैं पर कुछ भी treatment successful नहीं हो रही है. Younger patients getting diagnosed with cancers, definitely it affects us. But I think over the years we learn to divide those feelings, like you have to treat the patient and make them comfortable. That is the primary important aspect. And after the patient walks out of my OPD chamber, definitely I do retrospect and I would think of what they have to go through, and that helps in talking to the patient also. But it has to be completely two different aspects. So in any major surgery also, if we start thinking emotionally and not as a surgeon, it's going to affect the surgery that you're doing, frankly. So you have to consider it as a surgery. Every surgery is important. Even if it is an everyday surgery, it is like you have to consider you're doing it for the first time, because for the patient, वो उनके लिए एक बार ही है, डिलीवरी एक बार ही होती है उनकी, एक या मैक्सिमम 2 बार, सर्जरी उनके लिए एक बार ही हो रही है. even if we are doing 5 surgeries in the day, that has to be considered the most important and first surgery of the day for us.
Right.
And then you retrospect on the emotional part later to yourself or with a colleague, but not never in front of the patient.
But then, ma'am, do you carry it home? Do you take this pain inside you at home also? Does that bother you?
So frankly, I have always kept my personal and professional life separate. So my husband is not a doctor, so I rarely take my work home. So of course there are situations where I do discuss things, but it's just like a brief discussion, and I don't carry it home at all.
Ma'am, back there in Pune, your father has played a very important role with awareness of cardiology in not just in the city but also in the rural areas, where he has helped a lot of people understand the how to take care of their heart, and how to prevent themselves from heart issues. And you got married to Kartik Kale sir in Nagpur, who's one of those people to whom I think a lot of people respect, like, and there's so much of likeness for the Kale family also, who has given so much to the city. Ma'am, when back then when you got married to Kartik sir and you came to Nagpur, and now as working as a professional, as a laparoscopic surgeon and gynecologist, ma'am, what do you think the responsibility is? Because I think it's doubled now, as Gadkari and as Kale.
Yeah, you can say so. So it was very different when I was in Pune, frankly, because the responsibility that my father carried, and we had to sort of unknowingly carry it forward. So that is a very different kind of a responsibility. However, I only was in Pune till my PG. I never really practiced there. So I think it was easy for me in that sense that responsibility was over for me. My brother is an orthopedic surgeon practicing now in Pune.
So he took over.
Very comfortably he's taken that responsibility, and it's good for me. When I came to Nagpur, yes, I got married into a family where I'm the only doctor, and I'm very blessed to have a family who is so supportive and accepting of me. As a professional, that too being in a branch like gynecology, which comes with so many emergencies, and I'm missing from half the family functions all the time. But, all of them have shown so much of trust in me, and they all respect me for what I do, which is great. And I did get a lot of indirect support from each one of them, and I still continue to do so. It was definitely a task for me to start off my career goals from zero, because there was nobody in the medical profession directly. But there's a different kind of zeal, and as I said, that adrenaline rush which we have in the OT. You continue to have that because everything you've done, it's your baby basically. Everything I've done is by myself, with a lot of support, but effectively by myself. And you continue to be in that zone that it's your own thing which you have to take forward. So it keeps you going, that you've started it on your own and you wish to increase it further. And I mean, I would love it if my kids could, I have 2 daughters who are very small, but who could appreciate that part of it once they grow up.
I'm sure they will, ma'am. Ma'am, क्या कभी किसी ने आपसे दवाई लेने के बाद, है ना, पूछा आपसे कि कौन सी टाटा की कार खरीदे?
ये तो बहुत बार होता है।
Oh my God! तो आप सजेशन देती हैं?
नहीं, बिल्कुल भी नहीं. So I get calls from a lot of doctors, colleagues, friends. And I think by now all my close friends know that I have nothing to do with it. I have no idea which brand, which car, what is going on. So I just give a number and say, please talk to them. Probably half the people in the office don't recognize me when I go there,
Right.
So.
Ma'am, when we look at, nowadays, associations are playing a very important role when it comes to making a doctor upgrade with not just technology, but also a lot of issues around in city, in country, globally. Ma'am, what's the role of the Gynecological Society when it comes to Dr. Yamini Kale? What role is the organization playing in your life? Is it helping you somewhere?
So yes, definitely. The Nagpur OBGY Society is a society where all Nagpur gynecologists are. I joined it as soon as I had come to Nagpur. It is very helpful because you interact with colleagues, you get to know a lot of things that are going on in the city, and you get to discuss a lot of things on the academic front. So it is absolutely essential to be an integral part of it. In terms of global, I can tell you that I gave the MRCOG exam, which is Member of Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, UK, which is considered to be one of the topmost examinations in terms of academic excellence in gynecology worldwide. And I gave it quite recently, in fact, in 2022. Since COVID में बहुत time था हमारे पास, patients कम थे, so I thought I should get back to my academics. It was always my dream to give this exam right from my postgraduate days. पुणे में मेरे बहुत seniors देते थे as soon as they passed out, so I had given the first part initially. That exam has 3 parts. It's one of the most difficult exams that I have given after all the exams that we give. I wanted to actually understand कि वहाँ पे क्या अलग होता है in their practice जो हम हमारे practice में इधर apply कर सकते हैं. So there are a lot of things which we know better than them. There are a lot of things which they know better than us. But there has to be some integration somewhere is what I always used to think about. And it was as good as going back to post-graduation days, studying, morning, night, staying up at night and studying for that exam. But it was all worth it. A lot of people asked me, are you planning to shift abroad? I said, of course not. I'm going to practice in Nagpur, but I want to give my patients what I have gained from my knowledge from the exam there, And the one thing, if I can say, that I've gained after giving that exam is talking to the patients, which is lacking in our training. Surgically, I can say we are way superior. We see a lot of more patients. Our surgical techniques, our mentors are just class apart. Dr. Shailesh Puntambekar, I trained under him for laparoscopy. He's a world-class, renowned surgeon where maximum, foreigner surgeons come to him to learn.
Okay.
But the part of bedside manners and talking to a patient is something I really learned from the exam. Their part 3 exam, in which we only interact with the patients as a viva, is not questions related to gynecology. It is some lay person sitting in front of you, and you talk to the patient as if she's sitting in your clinic. Right. So it's just a chat with the patient, and the examiner just sees how you're talking to the patient, and you're judged on that. So, what you asked me initially about empathy, and what you feel about the patient. How to explain it to them empathetically, yet being non-judgmental is what I learned from this exam. And it helps in so many situations. पहले मुझे पता भी नहीं था कि वो इतनी help करेगी. Like, when I passed the exam, I said, okay, great. But, as and when the patients started coming, especially these younger girls who come into our OPD nowadays, they are very conscious about their self-image, about body shaming, about the way we talk to them. You cannot just sit across the table, though you're the doctor, and say, आपको polycystic ovaries है 10 किलो कम करके आओ. They will not like it. They are not going to come back to you, So you need to explain it to them in a very structured, friendly, yet non-judgmental way, yet authoritative. ये सब चीजें उनके practice में है. Like, this is one thing that I really, really appreciate about their system.
Do you think these kind of things should be also implemented in our pattern of education?
Absolutely. I think the changes are coming. It was not there when we were there. The pattern has changed a lot in the MBBS teaching also. And I'm sure it will continue to change. Because everybody, is updating and getting updates and trying to incorporate it, which is great. But definitely we need to incorporate it in our postgraduates. क्योंकि पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन में हम बहुत बिजी रहते हैं, हमारे पास बहुत पेशेंट्स रहते हैं. देयर इज नो टाइम टू इवन स्लीप इन गायनेकोलॉजी रेसिडेंसी. बट even if half an hour in the week is given to the residents just to basically polish up what we already know. हमको सब knowledge है, we know how, but we just don't know how, that little tweak on how to get it across to the patient. That will really change things.
Ma'am, now because you've traveled and you've understood the patients there also, the gynec problems which are there, and you've traveled places which are progressed nations. We are on a verge of modification. Yeah, we are growing, and with time there are these health issues are also on a verge of increasing. India shortly will become the capital of diabetes, the world capital of diabetes, which is again a very alarming situation. When it comes to gynecology, what do you think? What is, when it comes to gynecology, what's the alarm like?
It's quite alarming, frankly, now because, as I said, there were a lot of issues which didn't exist only before in gynecology, and now they've become so common.
Like,
So, polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOS, very common. Infertility is just on the rise. Means, it has been increasing and it is still increasing. So, this is also because of the late age of marriage, late age of deciding to have children.
yeah,
And that is bound to happen, as we discussed before, because of the changing
lifestyle disorder.
of the women. So somewhere I feel that work-life balance has to be there at all stages, and you need to get your priorities right in terms of saying, I'm not saying that change your life decisions, but if you want to have children, yes, you need to have it because there is a biological clock which is ticking. So you can't change that. And these problems are increasing. They are going to increase. And what many women don't realize is if they have a pregnancy late, the pregnancy already comes with complications.
Absolutely.
So if you're already a bit older when you're having your first pregnancy, you are going to get problems like, gestational diabetes, high blood pressure, and things like this, which are going to make your delivery also complicated. So basically, everything is getting complicated. Even the rise of gynecological cancers in younger women also, even the older women, the type of cancers. There's a cancer called as endometrial, जो uterus के अंदर का lining का cancer होता है. That used to be only a cancer seen in the West prior. अभी बहुत commonly हमको patients आते हैं. So all these things are definitely alarming. And as I said, it has to be addressed as the girls start their puberty in the teenage years itself, continued throughout the reproductive years, and especially when you're reaching those 40s, you need to concentrate on your health, fitness, strength training, your bone health. It's very important. Just going for a 20-minute walk is not enough exercise.
Absolutely.
And however busy you are, दिन में 1 घंटा तो रील्स देखने में जाते हैं लोगों के. 1 hour in the day, if you just work out, it's going to just be a game changer, believe me. And I have seen of late, I've got into running, and I've always been into sports. I was a state and national level swimmer through my childhood. That is also only because of my father. I was never a very sporty person or something, but since the age of 6, I used to go swimming for 3 hours every day. So I've never seen a life without sports, along with studies, of course. And at the right times, I stopped doing it when the studies were more. But I got back into it, later, and I've been seeing so many people. You meet so many different types of people. Nagpur में इतनी बड़ी running community है. You get to meet so many different people who have never done any sports before, but because they've become health conscious, कि घर में किसी को कुछ problem हुआ तो उनको लगा, so they started getting into it, and just being consistent, 1 hour every day, that is the key. Absolutely.
Ma'am, क्योंकि आपने रनिंग कम्युनिटी की बात की, I think I really want to thank Amit Samarth sir for taking the initiative and helping a lot of runners in the city and help them with fitness, whatever what the kind of work he's doing. Ma'am, what's your me time? मिलता है वक्त?
Me time is that 1 hour in the morning, which I work out or I run or I swim or cycle. That is my me time, and I just love it. I will not change it for anything except if a patient comes, and then I try to go in the evening if I can't make it in the morning.
Ma'am, अगर हेल्थ वॉरियर्स की एक सुनहरी किताब लिखी जाती, this would be my last question. लिखी जाती, एक हेल्थ वॉरियर की सुनहरी किताब, सुनहरे अक्षरों में एक सुनहरे पन्ने पर ये नाम लिखा जाता, डॉक्टर यामिनी गडकरी काले। उसके नीचे आप कौन सा ऐसा कोट या बात या थॉट या कोई बेस्ट प्रैक्टिस लिखती जिसे पढ़ने के बाद लोग आपको याद रखते और आपके बताए हुए रास्ते पे चलते?
This is really difficult to say it in one line.
Something which you believe in, generally, in life.
So I would say that health is wealth. Give it your best. To all the women out there, we have the strength which we don't see. And we need to make the efforts to remain strong.
मैम, उम्मीद है ये बात उन तक पहुंचे जो अब तक इस बात की इम्पोर्टेंस को नहीं समझ पाए हैं कि उनकी लाइफस्टाइल उनके जीवन को और उनसे जुड़े लोगों के जीवन को कितना प्रभावित कर सकती है। और मैम, जो ज़रूरत है वो ज़रूरत सिर्फ हेल्थ को मेंटेन करने की नहीं है, लेकिन साथ ही साथ अपने माइंड को भी मेंटेन करने की है। लोगों के पास बहुत सारा वक्त रील देखने का, लोग अच्छे पॉडकास्ट नहीं देखते जो उन्हें देखने चाहिए, लेकिन ये बात लोगों ने समझनी चाहिए कि ये बहुत हम कई बार हजारों लाखों बार सुन चुके हैं। आज आपने भी कह दिया हेल्थ इज वेल्थ, बट द रियल वेल्थ is actually health, which can bring happiness and smiles and everything, but people don't cherish that.
And like you said, mental health is very important. It's just working out is not going to make you physically fit. Mentally, the positivity that it brings, you work better, you react better, you bring in more happiness, positivity at work, at home, everywhere. Why would you not want to do it? Just that 1 hour of little effort from your side, it changes so much. And it is going to help you live better for the next 20, 30 years, a much healthier, stronger life. Why would you want to be dependent on somebody in your old age? Just making these few little changes in your life and changing your lifestyle a little bit. I'm not saying ki pura change karna hai. Just that little bit, incorporating little bit, few changes is going to make the difference. And you don't know how much your body can push yourself. You don't know till you do it. It can just go to any limits. There are things which you can't even imagine you would have done. Once you start doing it, it becomes a habit. It doesn't have to become a compulsion. So a lot of people ask me, how do you get up and go every day at 6 o'clock? It doesn't remain, the question how doesn't remain when you know that it's bringing so much happiness and positivity in your life. It has to become a lifestyle and a habit. It doesn't have to become a compulsion.
मैम, उम्मीद है कि ये बात लोग समझें कि जिम जाना, वर्कआउट करना ये कंपल्शन नहीं, ये एक ज़रूरत है। और इस ज़रूरत को हम जितना विश्वास करके करना शुरू करेंगे आने वाले वक्त में, वैसे वैसे असर हमको देखने को भी मिलेंगे अपने स्वास्थ्य के साथ, अपने मन के साथ। आप इस शो पर आई, उसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। एज डॉक्टर यामिनी गडकरी काले जो आप काम कर रही हैं वो तारीफ़ काबिल है। उम्मीद है आप ऐसी अच्छा काम करती रहेंगी, ऐसी हमें इंस्पायर करती रहेंगी। As a person, a member from a family, from the Kartik Kale family, the Kale family has given a lot to the Nagpur city, helped Nagpur up. You talk about Anusya Kale Chabrani, you talk about Rupali Kale, all the work you've been doing as the Kale family. I think on behalf of the Nagpur city, I want to thank you for everything you've done for the city. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's an honor. डॉक्टर यामिनी काले से बात हुई, मुलाकात हुई इन इस एक्सक्लूसिव एपिसोड ऑफ राज की बात। एक बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट बात जो आज मैं इस प्लेटफॉर्म से कहना चाहता हूँ, मैंने तकरीबन 1000 से ज़्यादा महिलाओं के इंटरव्यू किए हैं और मेरा शो भी आता है, उसका नाम है विमेन ऑफ द ईयर, वेयर I interview women and take their journeys to people. But the nicest part, what I've realized with time, and I think what changed me as an individual also when I look at women now, is that they are so important. They are so important. एक महिला, कई बार हम पुरुषों को क्रेडिट देते हैं कि आपकी वजह से ये परिवार में जो भी चीज़ें अच्छी हुई उसमें आपकी सबसे बड़ी भूमिका है। मुझे ऐसा लगता है वो घर की महिला को हम वो अप्रिशिएट नहीं कर पाते, वो धन्यवाद नहीं कर पाते जो करने की ज़रूरत है। पॉइंट नंबर 1। पॉइंट नंबर 2, एक बात जो महिलाएं नहीं समझ रही हैं, आज की लड़कियां नहीं समझ रही हैं, वो ये है कि आप अपनी इम्पोर्टेंस क्यों कम कर रही हैं। ये सवाल मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ आपसे, क्यों कम कर रही हैं? क्यों आपको मोमोज खाने हैं? क्यों आपको पिज्जाज खाने हैं? क्यों आपको लिकर पीना है? क्यों आपको स्मोकिंग करना है? आप तो ऐसी ना थी। जो पुरुष हैं जो आपको ये सब चीजें करते हुए दिखते हैं, मैं उनसे उनकी काबिलियत में आपको कम नहीं आता हूं, मानिए इस बात को। मैं बिल्कुल ये नहीं कह रहा कि आप काबिलियत के मामले में उनसे कम है, मैं ये कहता हूं कि आप उनसे ज्यादा है, आप उनसे बेहतर है। ऑपरेशन सिंदूर जब हुआ, उसकी जो पहली प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस हुई, वो चाहते तो हमारे प्रधानमंत्री खुद भी कर सकते थे, लेकिन उन्होंने वो जिम्मेदारी दी उनको जो सिंदूर का मतलब समझती है। ये बात समझनी होगी, हर एक महिला को समझनी होगी कि आप सिर्फ आपके लिए ज़रूरी नहीं ज़रूरी है, आप अपने घर के लिए ज़रूरी हैं, आप अपने समाज के लिए ज़रूरी हैं, आप अपने देश के लिए ज़रूरी हैं। आप प्लीज़ अपने स्वास्थ्य का ध्यान रखें, प्लीज़। आपसे फिर होगी मुलाकात इन राज की बात। तब तक आप अपना ध्यान रखें, सुरक्षित रहें, स्वच्छ रहें, स्वस्थ रहें, मस्त रहें, खुश रहें, व्यस्त रहें, परिवार के साथ एक अच्छा वक्त बिताएं। और अगर आपके परिवार में भी ऐसी बिटिया है जो अपने काम को अपनी ज़रूरत नहीं लेकिन अपनी आदत बनाती है, उस आदत से लोगों के दर्द को कम करने की कोशिश करती है, उस आदत से लोगों के चेहरे पे खुशियाँ लाती है, उस आदत से लोगों के जीवन को इंस्पायर करती है, और आपकी बिटिया की वजह से अगर किसी के घर में खुशहाली आती है, तो समझिए आपकी बिटिया यामिनी गडकरी काले बन रही है। अपनी एक बिटिया को ऐसी यामिनी जरूर बनाएं। जिंदा रहे। जय हिंद।